So this is a short video to explain how to draw an orthographic projection. This particular type of orthographic projection is called third angle projection. You see in the bottom right hand corner here, but you don't have to worry about that. It involves three views. There's a plan view, a front elevation and an end elevation. And this example of the truck, that's the way in which you're looking at the truck. So the front is the grill of the truck is the end elevation. The front of the truck is in fact where you see the wheels, and the plan is looking from above. So that's the arrangement of views. So we're going to do an example, this simple block here with an archway through it in the same format. We're going to lay them out the same. You'll notice that all the views line up, going across vertically and horizontally, and they are arranged in this very specific way with a reasonable gap between each view. The gap between each view doesn't really matter, but you don't want them so far apart they don't fit on the paper. So here we go. So I'm going to draw it on using Techsoft 2D, so you can press on it as well. So the first thing to do is to draw a construction line, two construction lines going down and across. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the front elevation in this corner here. So what we need to know is what to draw there. So we going to put a lot more construction lines in. So this front elevation, that's the first view we're going to draw, is looking at the truck from that direction. So when we draw the block, we're going to be looking in that direction. And that is 50 this way and 40 that way. There's a slope on it, and it's the bottom of the slope's 30, but we're just going to draw a rectangle, so we're going to create it 50 by 40. So I'll go to my line here, and across here I'm going to count 5. And not only am I going to draw the view here, but I'm going to start drawing the view above it as well. So I'm going to put the long construction line. So in other words, we're going to be drawing this front elevation. We're also going to start drawing the plan as well. And the two ends of the plan view are here, where we've already started to draw them. Okay, now we carry on. So the height of this block is 40, and so we'll count up to 4, and again we put a construction line, and instead of just stopping there, we go even further. So we go across to there. I think I can zoom in a bit on this. There we go. Yeah, that's better. So rather than just drawing this front elevation, we're also going to start drawing the end elevation, and that elevation is going to appear here, just there. So now what else do we need to know? Well, we need to know how wide it is. So if we go down and look at this view here again, it's how wide it is across here, across the front of the truck. So how wide is it across there? Well, it's 20, 40, 60 in total. So we put two lines in here. We'll leave a reasonable gap, and then do one line up, and then do our 60, 20, 40, 60, and remember these are all construction lines, and put another line. You see, I'm not worrying about the length of the line, but you can see that front view of the truck, the front view of the end elevation of the truck, this view here, and this view, this dark area of the block is going to appear in here, just there. Alright, so let's start drawing the actual shape. Front elevation, looking at the wheels, that's this grey rectangle is going to be drawn down here, and this height of this is 30, so in fact this line goes from there to there, and that's starting to look a little like this grey area here. Then we can start now projecting the lines across. So this point here where there's a change in direction of the block, we can now draw a line across because we're going to need it on this view here. And in fact, when you look at the end elevation, that's the front of the truck. And if I scroll it down, so it's the front of the truck, it's this view here. We see a rectangle with a kind of an arch in the middle, but it only goes up 30 and it's 40 at the back. So that's that 30 line there. That's the bottom of the slope. Now we can draw in the archway. So let's see, now that's 20. And we will take the line up. So every single measurement, you project it up to the top of the page there. So there we go. And we need to put an arch. So the top of the arch is here. That's that top of that arch there. And again, I'm going to start it there. You take it back to here. So I'm taking it across there. Now that's going to start looking confusing. So I'm going to darken in some lines just to, so it's made a little bit clearer for you. So I'm going to change the line thickness to thick and change that to 1. There we go. And now I can start putting in some dark lines of the actual shape. It's just like with the isometric drawing. There we go. There's the grey area, and that's the front elevation over here. That's that view there. The end elevation, that's the dark area. That's going to appear here, and you can see that it looks like this. There we go. That's the bottom of the slope, that's the back of the slope. It's across here, and that's the arch. Now you'll notice that there's this top of the arch here, there's a line here, so there's something there, but you can't see it. So for that, you do that as a dotted line. So I'm going to change the line to dotted. Okay, and I can put that in there. There we go. So that's called hidden detail. It's detail that's hidden. You can't see it, but it's there. And every time there's a change in direction of the surface, you put a dotted line in. Alright, so we've got two views drawn. We've got our front elevation, our end elevation, and next we're going to do the plan. And that's looking from the top. The top of the truck, and so we're looking at the top of this rectangle here. Now, to help you draw it, this is what you do. Let's change that back to a solid line. And I'm going to draw that in. You put in a 45-degree line. Now, it's quite difficult to explain where you put it, but if I just put one in here, oops, that's wrong. Do that. Put one at 45-degree line. It's not part of the drawing, but it's an aid to drawing this type of view. So that's 45 degrees, and on a drawing board you'd use a 45-degree set square. I'm going to go back to drawing in construction lines, and wherever you've got a vertical line crossing this thick line, you take it across. You take it across to this view. So that one goes across, that one goes across, that one goes across. So I've taken all these lines from this end elevation up through the 45-degree line and managed to take them across here. So it means you don't have to remeasure anything. And can you see that the plan view is starting to appear here, somewhere in there. Now we know what the shape looks like. It's got a hole through the middle, and these lines tell you that it's going that way. They're going to be hidden, so it's a dotted line. But I'm going to put the line around the outside first, and I have to do that in bold. So go to thick line. Okay, so there we go. Bold, round like that. That's the outside. And I'm just following the lines that were the construction lines that were there. I'm not doing any new measurements, and I'm not putting lines where there isn't already a line, because it's all already drawn basically. Two hidden detail lines. I need to change that to a dotted line, and it's there, and it's there. There we go. When you've finished, leave all your construction lines in. This 45-degree line could be in construction lines as well. That'd be even better. And there are your three views: plan, front elevation, and end elevation of that block.